So as we saw in the last video, I showed you that the word Al-Wadq, which means rain, how it's derived from these three roots. And then you have the three meanings, who it is that is sending down the rain, the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of love. Then we're talking about the reason why was for protection of detriment. And the third was how he does it, with precision. Okay, let's look at the verse and I'll explain it as I go through it, inshallah. So just keep in mind these three meanings while we look at the verse in the Qur'an. So it says here, it is Allah who sends down the winds, and they stir the clouds and spread them in the sky however He wills. He makes them fragments, so you see the rain emerge from within them. And when He causes it to fall upon whom He wills of His servants, immediately they rejoice. Now just one point to note is, remember, one of the meanings was precision. And you'll notice in the verse, it's talking about the precision of how the rain is actually formed. It goes into precise details. So it's talking about, firstly, that Allah sends the winds, and then He stirs the clouds, spreads them in the sky, He makes them fragments, and you see the rain emerge from within them. Not only that, but He also says, فَإِذَا أَصَابَ بِهِ مَن يَشَاءُ, when He causes it to fall upon whom He wills. So it has the meaning of the rain descending on whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. So that's also talking about precision. Just that's the Al-Wadq there. So that was that meaning. Now, the meaning of the loving God. Now just one point to note is the difference between rahmah, which is mercy, and love. So we know that usually, when we talk about rain, we talk about the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But in this case, we're talking about the loving God. So it's actually very interesting, because love, for Allah to love you, this is actually a high station with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't love everybody. The rahmah, or the mercy, is for everybody in this world. But the love of God is specifically for the true believers. Now it's very interesting where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He talks about the rain coming down to whomever He wills of His servants, the word used was min ibadihi. Ibad, for those who don't know, is actually the highest state that one can be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the word abd for the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the occasion of the Isra and Mi'raj, when he actually ascended to heaven and spoke to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It was also used when he actually received revelation. فَأَوْحَى إِلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ مَا أَوْحَى. And you'll notice that there's a pronoun here which refers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His servant, Allah's servant. So this is actually an honoring. It's talking about those who are closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So appropriately, the word for rain used was Al-Wadq. Now there was one final meaning, and that was of protection. It says, and He causes it to fall upon whom of He wills of His servants, immediately they rejoice. Although they were, before it was sent down upon them, before that in despair. So they were in a very desperate situation. So it's talking about a situation where there was detriment coming, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected them from it. So subhanAllah, every single meaning that was associated with Al-Wadq is actually in the context of the actual verse. Subhanallah. So this is the accuracy of the Qur'an. وصلى الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.